Hello, how are you? Today I'm going to teach you how to make an amazing recipe for an afternoon snack for breakfast, and depending on what you add, if you put in some fillings, it can even be a lunch or dinner. It's very versatile, extremely low in carbohydrates, excellent if you're on a low-carb diet to lose weight, if you want to control your blood sugar, or if you just want a healthier lifestyle. It's high in protein and rich in fiber. The flavor is wonderful. You're going to love it. Stick around until the end. You won't want to miss this. Before we start, I want to ask you if you have the habit of eating bread daily and which type of bread you like the most. I would love to see your comment. This recipe can be a great substitute for traditional bread, so you're going to love it. It's very easy to make. And remember, the ingredients, quantities, and nutritional information are listed below. If you could leave a like, I would really appreciate it. You help me a lot here on the channel. The base of this recipe is cottage cheese, which is a very interesting cheese because it has very little fat and a lot of protein, in addition to having calcium and a very mild flavor. If you can't find it, or if it's expensive in your city, you can substitute it with white cheese or fresh ricotta. Let me know what works best for you. So I'm going to put the cottage cheese here in my blender cup and blend it, because this cottage cheese I bought is really 100% cheese. There's no salt, nothing added. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt here to season it. I'm going to add a little bit of oregano here because I think it brings out that more Mediterranean flavor. You know, kind of like the taste of focaccia. And I'm going to add a little bit of onion powder. If you want to use garlic powder, or if you don't want to add any of these extra seasonings, it's really up to you. Let me know what you like, what you prefer. In fact, if you want to add a clove of grated garlic, sometimes you can't find these powdered seasonings, and that's fine. Also remember that these seasonings bring beneficial compounds for us. Even powdered onion is very good for our immunity, and oregano is great because of its antioxidants. I don't know if you've seen it, but I have a playlist here where I talk more about natural seasonings. I'll leave it down below if you want to learn more about them, okay? I'm going to blend this now until it turns into a cream, and I'll be right back. Hang on. Look, my cottage cheese is already blended here, and I'm going to mix it with the almond flour. If you can't find it, don't have it, or if it's expensive, you can use peanuts and blend them to make something like peanut flour, okay? So I'm going to scrape everything really well here and mix the cottage cheese with the almonds so we can bake it. Hold on, let me just scrape this really well. So here, you just need to mix everything together really well. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Remember that I have a new video here every day. You're going to love it for sure. Also, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. And soon I'm going to put it in the oven. But before I do, I'm still going to add one more ingredient. Hold on. I grabbed this baking tray and greased it with a little bit of olive oil. Actually, not a baking tray, but a baking dish that I have, which can go in the oven. And I'm going to put our batter in here just so you can see what the batter looks like. It's a heavier batter, but don't worry, since it's made with almond flour, it won't turn out dry. You'll see for yourself later too. So I'm going to scrape everything out well here, level it out, smooth it down, and then I'll add a topping, but first I'm going to give it a pre-bake. Hold on, I'll be right back. So it worked out here. I spread everything out nicely. Remember, if you want to make it round, add a little tomato sauce. You can make mini pizzas. This dough is really versatile. I'm going to put it in the oven and I'll be right back. It baked for 15 minutes, and for such a quick bake, this dough is already nice and golden. Now I'm going to add some toppings. This part is optional, but I think it's going to turn out really good. I'm adding a little bit of mozzarella here. Tell me, what would you put on your low-carb bread to make it even better? I went for a bit of a Mediterranean flavor here. You'll see what I mean. I think that's enough cheese here. I'm going to add a little bit of tomato. Then I'll add a bit of olive and a bit of oregano. I'm adding things little by little here. Tell me what kind of topping you would use. I'd love to see your comment, your suggestion, what you think would go well. I'll be right back. Hang on. Now I just need to add the oregano and put it back in the hot oven just to melt the cheese. Now the cheese is already melted and you can cut it however you like. If you want, you can cut it like this, lengthwise or into pieces. I'm going to cut a piece and come back to try it because I'm dying to taste it. Look, let me show you the texture of the dough. Try it, you're going to love it. So tell me, what toppings are you going to use? I'd love to see your comment. Leave a like on the video, it really helps me out, and share it with someone who will like it or who needs it. Let's grow this chain of kindness. That's what I want here on the channel. Let's try it. The seasoning in the dough turned out just right, and the topping gave it a special touch. Give it a try. See you next time. Bye.